All right, 8 teams left. Welcome back to the Division Championship Series. All right, sorry about that. Let's do this. 8 teams left. Let's take a look. We've got Fort Collins Roosters against division rival Las Vegas High Rollers. Kyle on his swan song season, trying to go out with a bang. Las Vegas, the defending champions, had a dominant year last year, set the wins record, 106 wins again this year, in what was really a dogfight between those top 3 teams, but Las Vegas did prevail. And they are certainly one of the favorite teams to win the championship this year. Let's see if they can take down the Roosters. It was a pretty even season series, and actually Fort Collins won the season series 7-5. Denver and New Orleans in another division matchup. All 4 teams still left here in the Jade. And we've got Jay going up against Ryan. Ryan won the division, season series 8-4. We'll see how this one plays out. Both teams advancing from the wild card round. San Antonio heading to Oahu. My team had a really late push. Pretty much played 500 through the All-Star break and then ridiculous after that. And San Antonio knocked me out last year. Daryl's team was eliminated in the conference championship eventually. But should be a good matchup, division rivals, and a rematch of a 2018 series. And then the last matchup of the day, it's going to be the Huron Herons going against the San Diego Seals, the only intra-divisional matchup left in this playoffs, at least as of right now. San Diego lost the season series 1-3 in this matchup to Mason and the Huron Herons. And of course, this is Mason's last season as well. So both these teams, both him and Fort Collins, trying to win on the way out. All right, let's get this thing started. I'm not going to go all into the starting pitchers. We'll just take a look at Las Vegas real quick. Mike Standish on the mound. We will at starting pitchers. What am I saying? Jesus Gonzalez for Fort Collins 1-0 in this postseason. Sobieski out there for Denver. Chris Anderson on the mound for the Mudcats. Alex Rivera out there for the Chiles Picantes, and Jose Castillo getting the start for the Paddlers. And then finally, we've got Bryce Dragic, the ace, on the mound for the Seals against Greg Tarver, another ace. So good pitching matchup there. And we'll get this thing started. San Diego leads things off with scoring. David Ramirez hitting a sac fly. Driving in Gary Huber, 1-0. Las Vegas scores first in the matchup against Fort Collins. Adam Bixby with a one-run double. Pitchers are cruising along here in all these games. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. Alex Rivera, 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. Mike Standish, 1 hit allowed for both those guys. Mike Standish does have 4 walks, so he's been a little wild. Jose Castillo, 7 strikeouts through 3.1. And San Antonio's on the board in 4th. A wild pitch scores Valencia, and then Eric Hodges singles in 2, making it 3-0. They had 2 more on 2 more singles, Tommy Brown and Victor Lozano, so 5-0 in the 4th. San Antonio quickly out in front of the Paddlers. Mudcats single in Velasco, and they take a 1-0 lead on Denver in the 5th. First run of that series. Paddlers get on the board. Pete Barrett singles in Marinelli, and then Minami sac fly to Garrettson. 5-2 now, and Las Vegas extends lead 2-0. Ramon Rosario sac fly. Oscar Montenegro 2-run homer, and Kenny Renstrom singles in 2. So the Herons get 4 runs in a flash in the 5th inning. They lead 4-1. Mudcats get a insurance run on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded, 2-0 in the 6th there, and then the Seals get one back. It's now 4-2. Gary Huber triples in Gomez. Las Vegas grand slam, Matthew Taylor, 6-0 in the 5th. Just 1 hit for the Roosters right now against Mike Standish. Bottom of the 8th in New Orleans, 2-0 lead for the Mudcats, so just 3 outs left for Denver. Three-run homer for Miguel Gayton, two-run homer, extends that lead 8-0 for Las Vegas. A game well in hand. Jamie Morrison sac fly extends the lead for San Antonio, 6-2 on the road. Make it 7-2. Victor Lozano hits a solo home run. Adam Bixby doubles, fourth hit of the game for Bixby. He's got 3 doubles on the day. And it's a final in New Orleans. Mudcats win it 2-0. Quiet little pitcher's duel. Chris Anderson gets the win. 7 innings pitched, just 3 hits allowed and a walk, struck out 8. Danny Garcia, 2-run homer, 11-0 now Las Vegas, and the Paddlers get one back. Mototada Minami hits a solo home run. Jason Toney, 2-run home run for the Paddlers at 7-5 now in the 7th. Huron gets a run on an error. 5-2, they extend the lead. 3 outs left for the Seals. Jason Bassett singles in Taylor, so that's a 12-0 game now. And it keeps going. Bixby with his 5th hit of the game. Huron takes the win, 5-2. Paddlers down to their last 6 outs, trailing by 2. Fabiola walks. It's going to bring up Magana. Pitching change. Jones in the game for Ken Jones for San Antonio. Magana strikes out looking on the 9th. 13-2 on the other side. 2 runs by Jorge Castillo for Fort Collins, so maybe some momentum going into game 2. Five for 5, 4 doubles. That's probably a playoff record, I'm going to guess. One out for the Paddlers. Esparza pops out to lead things off. Toney strikes out looking. That's going to leave it up to Baruth. So they're pinch hitting. Baruth walks. Garrettson at the plate. Garrettson reaches on an air, so Joe Elin is going to see an at-bat. And Elin can't get it done, so San Antonio takes game 1 on the road, 7-5. Las Vegas, New Orleans, and the Herons all win at home on to game 2. John Hartford on the mound for Fort Collins. Looks like his first start here of the postseason, going against Franklin Chacon. That looks like, well, obviously the same situation for Las Vegas. Mike Adames out there for Denver, going against Dave Rodriguez. John Law on the mound for San Antonio against Oahu's Josh Miller. And then Sean Humphrey pitching for the Seals. Miguel Pera on the mound for Huron. Game 2. Antonio Gutierrez, solo home run, 1-0 Denver. And Victor Lozano, 3-run homer for the Chiles Picantes in the first. Gives them an early lead on the Paddlers. Make it 4-0 on an Eric Hodges double. And 5-0 on an Enrique Novoa double. Quickly making a mark on that game. New Orleans walking with the bases loaded, tying the game up 1-1 in the first. But that's all they get. Fort Collins on the board first. In the second, Manny Manzo, MVP of the last series, getting the 2-run home run. Esparza grounds into a fielder's choice. Bobby Ola scores. And then Jason Toney doubles in Esparza. So 5-2. Paddlers get a couple back. Herons get their first 2 runs. Danny Preciado, solo home run. Jorge Lopez singles. 2-0. Jason Blanc, 2-run home run. Extends the lead to 3-0 in the third. And then the Mudcats go off here in the third on the Dynamite. Fonts home run, a Schaefer 2-run home run, and then a Hayakawa 2-run home run, excuse me. Just have a 6-1 lead. Meanwhile, San Antonio, a Kenny single. I missed the Mark Green 3-run home run, and then a Kenny single, and then a Tapia sac fly, and it is off to the races in that game. Herons get 2 more to take the lead on the Seals. Lopez singles in Tarver, and then Cale Collins hits a sac fly. San Antonio, 2 more runs on a Novoa 2-run homer. Well, the Fire Conference has a history of the 1 seed just getting demolished, and I am living up to that. Living up that reputation. 13 as we speak. Danny Estrada, solo home run. We're in the 7th over in Las Vegas. Fort Collins up 3-0. Beautiful pitching performance so far from John Hartford, but it is into the bullpen now. Second and third for the Seals in the 7th, down by 2 with their best hitter at the plate, and he walks. It's going to bring up Brandt, and a pitching change for the Herons. Carlos Lucero trying to get him out of the jam here. And he does, strikes him out. Jason Tony singles in Ola. Marinelli singles in 2 more. 13-6 now in that game in the 6th. Ninth inning we go in Las Vegas. Last chance for both teams to add some runs. Well, last chance for Fort Collins to add runs and Las Vegas to get back in it. Seals tying run at the plate. 2 down again. Carlos Ramirez strikes out looking. 4-2 as we go to the bottom half of the 8th. On to the 9th we go in New Orleans. Mudcats in control in that game. Bobby Ola doubles in Martinez. That's now a 13-7 game. On to the 7th. The final Las Vegas. Fort Collins evens the series at 1. New Orleans takes a 2-0 series lead. So they win both home games. As we travel back to Denver there. And 2 outs, 2 on for the Seals. Tying run at second, but can't get it done. Stranded base runners in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Can't get that clutch hit. And that's a 2-0 series lead for Huron. Meanwhile, a million runs later in this game. 6 outs left for the Paddlers. Three-run homer, Tomas Tapia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Chiles Picantes with home runs. Make that 6 Chiles Picantes with home runs. As Carlos Valencia goes deep in the 9th, 17-7. And it's a final 2-0 series lead for the Chiles Picantes on the road as they head back home, feeling good. The Paddlers are going to fire their GM. Fire everybody. What is happening? All right, game 3. Bobby Bradford on the mound for Las Vegas. Tony DeArcangelo for the Roosters. Brandon Caron, the new Ice Conference record holder for strikeouts in a game, going against Tyler Worthen, a very worthy opponent. Paddlers, Josh Miller, trying to stop the bleeding. He's been the best pitcher on their roster so far this year, and Alixo Santa Clara on the mound for the Chiles Picantes. Ernie Paulus out there for the Huron Herons. Longtime Heron and Billy Larson getting the start for the Seals. One nothing Israel Esparza. The Paddlers on board. Izzy Velasco singles in Founce. And then Benash drives in two. Mudcats up 3-0 quickly before Denver gets a chance to bat here. San Antonio ties it up. Tommy Brown solo home run. Sandy Favela walks. Ramirez scores for the bases loaded walk, and then a 2-run single by Billy Jennings. Seals up quickly, 3-0 in the first. Fort Collins on the board first as well in the first. Blake Boyle singles in Mike High. Chris Stewart doubles in Clark Lake. Denver's on the board. It's now 3-1. I gotta find better music. This fucking playlist sucks. Jason Bassett doubles. Las Vegas ties it up 1-1 in the third. Seen a lot of years where Sox had really good rosters and not made it past the first round. Last year he was a champion and broke that curse. I'm sure Fort Collins is going to give him a tough series here. San Diego adding some runs. Carlos Ramirez solo home run. David Ramirez singles in Huber. It's now 5-0 in the fifth. San Antonio takes the lead. Carlos Valencia doubles in Lozano. 2-1 on top of the Paddlers. Make it 4-1. Brian Diamond hits a solo 2-run homer. Jimmy Founce doubles in Hines. Dave Schaefer 2-run home run, and now they are up 6-1 on the Dynamite. They have done a pretty good job just keeping Denver at an arm's length this whole series. Keith Barrett singles. Garrettson scores 4-2. Paddlers going back. They've got the bases loaded, nobody out. Bobby Ola walks 4-3 now. Madonna sack fly 4-4. Paddlers tied up. Mike High doubles in LeBlanc, and the Fort Collins Roosters take a 2-1 lead in the fifth. Jan Alice 2-run homer gets the Herons on the board, and they cut the lead pretty much in half. It's now 5-2 in the seventh there, and bases loaded, one out for San Antonio in the bottom of the fifth. They get two on an Eric Hodges single. Others get out of the inning without further damage. Just as they come back, they give two up. Herons get the leadoff runner on, down by 3 in the eighth, but a double play. Looks like they strike him out, throw him out, maybe. Victor Lozano solo home run gives San Antonio one more. The amount of home runs in this series, specifically for one team, is pretty amazing. Eric Bernu solo home run, 2-2. Las Vegas ties it up late in the seventh. Big home run for Bernu. Mark Green, 3-run home run. San Antonio 10, Oahu 4. Jamie Morrison singles in Hodges, 11-4. That game's pretty much over. 2-2 in the seventh. Las Vegas and Fort Collins right now. Runner on first for the Roosters. Denver trying to get something going. Bottom of the eighth, down by 5 right now. But they've got 2 on, nobody out. San Diego wins Game 3 at home. They get their first win in the series. It's now a 2-1 lead for Huron. Bases loaded, 1 out now for Denver. Dorner at the plate. Let's see if he can do anything. Grounds out. It does drive in a run. There's 2 down. And that's it. So 4-run deficit as we go to the ninth. Paddlers get a couple back. Stephen got a singles. A wild pitch scores Orlandini. 11-6. Bottom of the seventh in that game. Bottom of the ninth in Fort Collins. Three-run homer for Jeremy Martinez makes it 11-9. San Antonio on top of the Paddlers. And Denver getting a couple runs here in the bottom of the ninth, making it 6-4. They need 2 more. Martinez at the plate. Las Vegas taking the lead on a Miguel Gayton solo home run. And we got to slow this down real quick. Things are getting close in a lot of games. So Las Vegas takes the lead on a solo home run. Pete Barrett's solo home run makes it 11-10. San Antonio now on top of the Paddlers. And it's a final in Denver. Denver cuts the lead in half in the ninth, but can't get all the way back. They now trail 3-0 to the Mudcats. So we had to game 4. 2 on, 1 out for the Paddlers. Esparza at the plate. And Esparza doubles, driving in 2. Paddlers take the 12-11 lead. In the 8th inning, they were down pretty big. 11-4, so they get 13-11. Jason Toney doubles. 11-4 in the 6th, so quick turnaround for the Paddlers. Fort Collins leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 10th. But Blake Boyle strikes out swinging. It's going to bring up Manzo. Manzo pops out quickly. It's going to bring up Jimenez. Pitching change for Las Vegas. Verga on the mound, the closer. Not sure why he wasn't in there before. Paddlers still threatening. 1st and 3rd, 2 down. But that's it. So on to the bottom of the 8th we go. And it's a final in Fort Collins. Las Vegas flips the script, wins 3-2. I don't know know why I said flips the script. That was actually a pretty close game the whole way. Well, I guess that's true. They got it late in the 7th. So 3-2, they take the series lead 2-1. One, two, three go the Cholos Picantes in the 8th. On to the 9th we go in what has been a slugfest of a series. 24 runs in the last game between the two teams. 24 runs in this game between the two teams. Orlandini singles with 1 down. It's going to bring up Bobby Ola, 2 for 4. Strikes out looking. Magana at the plate. He grounds out. So, bottom of the 9th we go. San Antonio trailing by 2. Urquidy is the closer coming into the game. Tommy Brown leading things off. Tomas Tapia at the plate. Brown strikes out looking. Tapia walks, so the tying run's at the plate. Quick grounders out in the fielder's choice, and that is going to do it. Paddlers hang on to win 13-11. Should say come back to win. But San Antonio still has the 2-1 series lead in that matchup. Game 4s, then we'll drop the file, and then, kind of like yesterday, going to finish up in the morning. So if anybody wants to make changes, feel free to make changes tonight. Tim Barker for Las Vegas going against Jared Richter for Fort Collins. Richter's been good in the postseason so far. Mike Shane has been really good in the postseason so far, trying to close the series out against Frank Vaughn. Mike Arndt getting the start for the Paddlers. Alex Rivera, San Antonio. Joe Chaney on the mound for Huron, and Jabari Alexander for the Seals. Here we go. All right, Seals get 5 runs in the first inning on Huron. Single, walk, wild pitch, ground out, double, all in different ways. Barron, who singles in 2 for the High Rollers to give them an early lead in the second. And in the second inning, Izzy Velasco hits a solo home run. I missed the start of the game, but it looks like the Herons left a couple guys on base too, maybe in the first. Nothing High Rollers. Garcia doubles in Bixby. Sean Hall makes it 4-0 for Las Vegas. The Herons get on the board with a Preciado solo home run. That's now 5-1. And the Mudcats all over Denver. Wild pitch scores a run, and then a 2-run double makes it 4-0 in the fourth. Chili's Contes, 2-run double. They're up 2-0 on the Paddlers in the fourth inning. Seals, 2-run double, makes it 7-1 in that game now. And Denver on the board. Clark Lake solo home run. Las Vegas extending their lead now 6-0 with a 2-run home run. And Dave Schaefer doubles in. Founts making it 5-1. Herons get 4 runs quickly there to make it 7-5 now in the fourth inning. Mudcats take the lead on a bunch of big hits here in the seventh. They're going to end Denver's season. Chili's Contes get a few in the seventh as well, and they're now up 4-0 on the Paddlers. Just completely shutting down the Paddler offense. It's a 9-6 game, back and forth with runs, but the Seals kind of maintaining that early lead they got in the first inning. Carlos Ramirez does lead the game with an injury. We can actually peek real quick here. 4 weeks minimal day to day. And I guess we have to talk about it. Tim Barker, 7 no-hit innings. I think that's the only thing that's exciting about these games. 3-run double Brian Diamond, 7-0, and that's a runaway train now as well. Although the Paddlers did just erase a 7-run deficit. I don't know if we'll see it in back-to-back games or in the ninth inning. Bixby, 4 hits. I think he had a 5-hit game in game 1 or 2. Just ridiculous. 10-0 now. Las Vegas on top. San Antonio. Roy Miller leaves the game with an injury. And that is the final. They take a 3-1 series lead. Run, but still a no-hitter intact right now. 11 strikeouts for Barker. I gotta wonder what his pitch count is. He walks another, and that's gonna do it. He's got the no-hitter, but his pitch count was hit. So let's see if it can be a combined no-hitter here. It can't. Jason Blanc instantly makes them pay. I mean, it's 10-0, right? But 3-run home run for Blanc. All right, let's speed this up now. These games are done. So we're going to have a 2-2 series, Huron and San Diego. That's a 4-run game. That's not over yet. I'm being premature. 10-1, though. That game's certainly over. So New Orleans is going to advance. 12-3, that game's over. Las Vegas is going to have a 3-1 series lead. San Antonio, the 3-1 series lead. Preciado, 4th hit of the game, and all of a sudden we got some base runners. Let's slow it down here. All right, tying run at the plate. It's Taylor. Did I jinx? Las Vegas makes it a final. Taylor walks. It's going to bring up the shortstop Lopez. 10 home runs this year. And he doesn't get it done. The Seals hang on to win 11-8. And again, they tie that up 2-2. Home teams won every game in this series. Dropping the file.